Why don't we go next to Sarah from Montreal, Quebec, Canada? Sarah, welcome to the program.
Hi, David. Can you hear me all
Hi.
right?
Yes, I can.
Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to get you to talk about aliens today. I know you don't want to talk about whether or not you think they exist. It's not relevant. But
Okay.
I'm wondering if you thought at all about sort of the weaponization of this fear and uncertainty around the artificial and not artificial, non-human intelligence coming up with this 2024 election that you have, I guess not me, in a year, knowing that when populations are fearful, they vote more conservative, right? And you see people like Matt Gaetz really pushing this stuff right now, whether or not it's true or not, whether or not there are aliens or not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wondering if you thought about it all or talked about it all, the idea that, if there is something there that we don't understand, that then we start getting some disclosure about, or if it's just, people like Matt Gaetz pushing that there is something there, how much that sort of fear that'll be created in the populace in the States could push towards Republicans or towards Trump again.
So I kind of understand the general gist of what you're saying, which is it seems that right-wing voters are more motivated by fear. Often the fear is of brown people from Mexico, but maybe a substitute fear of intelligent aliens from another galaxy would be a suitable fear that would also get voters to vote Republican. I like the way you're thinking. I don't know the extent to which it would successfully help Republicans. I mean, so I'll say a couple things. If talking about aliens can create an environment of othering, cultural othering, racial othering, national othering by analogy to aliens, maybe it would be useful to Republican policy. Could talking about aliens serve as a diversion for Republicans in that they don't really have any policy? And so they can talk about aliens instead, and it'll just kind of be a distraction from the fact that they have no policy? Maybe. But I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea, but I don't know that there's a real opportunity for it to play a major role in the next election.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking about kind of the people that like maybe would shift away from Trump, but when you make them afraid, when you say, we might be these little guys that they could just completely get rid of us, but hey, I am Trump and I'm alone can fix this and
Right.
I will nuke them out of the sky, that like for those people, they might end up being pushed more into the conservative camp through that kind of fear. And I
Yeah.
just kind of thought that could be part of what's happening, because I don't really think Matt Gaetz is somebody that would be super like, oh yeah, we got to go science and understand what's going on. Like he's all
No,
nonsense.
you're right to be
So,
skeptical of Gates's intentions for sure, but I don't
yeah.
know. I'll have to devote more thought to it. It's not obvious to me that that's what's going on.
And then if we do come out with there being, because I mean, even NASA's like, they don't really know some of what's going on out there, or they're not disclosing it.
Right.
If we do end up in the situation where there is maybe some real disclosure about things that we don't know, will there be some sort of ontological shock that might actually push a lot of people into more of this fearful kind of conservative camp of voting? So it's just something that I was thinking about as it's coming up, and we have one of the most important elections, maybe the most important one, if Trump's on the ticket. So
all
just
very
wanted to
good
put that on your radar.
questions. I don't have clear answers, but I appreciate you putting it on my radar.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much for the call. Very much appreciated. And on that note, with aliens, we will end for today. I'll take calls again. I really will, just not today.